All right, I'm gonna start recording this training now. All right, and guys, please, you want to make sure that you have your notes with you. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me and see me? If you know you can hear me and see me, please go ahead and drop number 1 in the chat. If you know you can hear me and you can see me, please drop 1 in the chat box. Let's go. I know a couple of you were on the DCX training, but that training was fire. But yeah, we're here to come and learn the blueprint to becoming a HFX trader. And I'm doing this with my amazing fellow coaches and mentees. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to start right away. We're going to start from the basics generally. Okay, so basic, general training. Okay, let me open a new browser for this. Good. So guys, let me know once you can see my screen. Let me know once you can see my screen. Let me know once you can see my screen. Where is it? All right. If you can see my screen, please drop 2 in the chat. If you can see my screen, drop number 2 in the chat. If you can see my screen, drop number 2 in the chat. Let's go. All right, good. So now, what is HFX? HFX, I've got like 20 minutes left to get off and hand over to the next person. So, you know, I'm going to be very time conscious as well. So what is HFX? HFX, high frequency exchange, right? You trade binary, you trade every single thing, you know, currency pairs on HFX, but it's money in minutes, like we all know. Now, when you want to begin you want to go into the foreign exchange market, what is the first thing you do, right? You've decided, okay, I'm going to trade today. I'm going to trade now, right? What's the first thing you do? What is the first thing that you do? The first place that you go to before any other thing is Forex Factory. You can see I've got it bookmarked here. All right, so you should be writing these things down. You should be writing these things down. Amazing, Rita already got it. The first place you want to go to is Forex Factory. That's the first place that tells you, is today a good day to trade or not? All right, now when you come here, you have the different currency pairs and whatever news or activities going on with that currency, you have an opportunity to actually check it out to know what's up. All right, so now, do you know that you can actually read what the news is about? So if you click on the actual thing, right, you click on the folder here that says detail, right? If you click on this folder, you can actually read what the news is about. So it's not just enough sometimes to come and look if there's red or there's no red. What is actually happening, right? You can read, right? Bank of BOJ governor, Bank of Japan, you know, something. You just for information purposes, right? And then, you know, obviously on a day when Forex Factory is a website, I use my Google Chrome. So yes, this is the actual website. It's forexfactory.com. I'm going to put it in the chat box now. It's forexfactory.com. www.forexfactory.com. All right. So that is the website. Okay. Now that's the first place you go to. Now, obviously, you know that when currency pairs, when any currency pair that you see bearing a red folder, that currency pair is indirectly telling you, avoid me. Okay, avoid me, or trade with caution, right? Yes, some days we don't completely avoid them, but we always will tell you low risk, low risk, low risk, low risk, low risk, low risk, low risk. So yeah, if you decide you're still going to trade that currency pair, maybe, you know, your market analysis is strong and you're very sure that it's going to go your way, of which you can't really be sure because there's news on that currency pair on that day. You know, you take it with low risk. All right, now the next place you should go to know what to trade. The next place you should go to know what to trade, who knows? Who knows the next place you should go to? Who knows the next place you should go to? Currency strength, right? To know what to trade, the next thing you should go and check is your currency strength meter. All right, so now we have different currency strength meters. We have livecharts.co.uk, right? That's one currency strength meter. Oh, it loaded fast today. This guy used to always delay me sometimes. That's why I don't like using it. But then again, this is one website you can also go to check currency strength. Yeah, to check for currency strength. This is the guy. All right. Now there's another person you can also check currency strength from, and that is currencystrengthmeter.org. All right. So sometimes live chat might be slow. I quickly just use currencystrengthmeter.org. But guys, guess what? Even these guys, sometimes they're not really that accurate. And another coach is going to come and tell you how to actually really verify currency strength. All right. So now those are the places you go to first. All right. Those are the places you go to first. Now, when you come to currency strength meter, this is what tells you, okay, this is buying or this is selling. All right. Now, another place you want to maybe go to just really just confirm like time frames and what's going on in the market trend. I come to, where's the guy? Yeah, I use TradingView just to check market trends. That's basically what I use it for. Tradingview.com, right? So I just come here to check what is really going on in the market. So is the market buying? Is this selling? What's actually really happening? All right. So now when checking my currency strength meter, I can see, say for example, NZD USD, right? NZD has 1 bar, USD has full bar. This tells me that USD is stronger than NZD. And in currency strength, there's the base and there's the quotes. All right. I'm going to allow another coach really go deep into that because I don't have time to really explain all that parts. All right. So tradingview.com, you come. So when I see that, okay, NZD USD, for example, if the first currency is stronger than the second currency, I should be looking for a buy. If the second currency is stronger than the first currency, I should be looking for a sell. I hope you got that. If this, I'm going to repeat it one last time. If the first currency is stronger than the second, you're looking for a buy. If the second currency is stronger than the first currency, you're looking for a sell. So if I'm pairing NZD USD currently, I can see that USD is stronger. So I'm looking to sell NZD USD. If I'm pairing EuroCAD, Euro is stronger than CAD. So I'm looking to buy on EuroCAD. If I'm pairing GBP JPY or Euro JPY, I'm looking to sell because JPY is stronger than Euro at this particular point in time. So when I go to TradingView, right, you see this plus sign here, you just click on it. You come, you search, let's say NZD USD. I search for it. I click on it, right? Once I click on it, it's added to my watch list. It's added to my watch list. And I come here and I click it. Okay, now this is NZD USD. Obviously, looking at this now, when you come here first, this top part is where you have the time frames. Okay, so you want to see what you want to start from what's happening on the daily. All right, you want to start from what's happening on the daily. Now, this is for those of you using laptop. I'm sorry for phone people. I can't really go in deep on how you can use your phone to do this, but you can actually do that on your phone as well. All right, so now on the daily, I can see that over the past couple of days, in fact, this month, NZD USD has been selling. That already gives me a sign that, okay, this is a good sell because it has been in a downward trend on the daily. Now I come to the hourly candle. I come to the hour, right? This is where I'm changing the time frames. Here, look at this up part of my screen. Here, I changed it from daily to hourly. Okay, now I'm on the hourly candle, and obviously, look at red candles are more. When the red candles are more, it means that it's selling. When the blue candles are more, is buying. Okay. All right. So now, you know, I've already looked at the trend, and this tells me that, okay, this is a good sell trend. I come to the 15 minutes as well. It's looking like a good sell trend as well, because this is showing me, obviously, that it has been dropping all the way from here. It has been consistently dropping. So yes, I'm good to go now. I can now go to my broker. All right. So when you go to your broker, let me use IQSense, because that's what you guys are familiar with. But like I said, guys, we're going to be recommending some new brokers to you later on. So now I'm here. Okay. Now on my IQSense, I have to come to what? NZD USD. Okay. I come to the options here and I click on NZD USD. And then if you know you're using a phone, you can just search for the currency pair NZD USD and you click on it. Okay. You click on it. All right, so now we have our NZD USD. You've activated NZD USD on your broker as well. Sorry guys, my ring light just fell. Oh my God. Okay, so let me adjust my lights. So you come to your NZD USD. Sorry. Flip it to my laptop. Sorry guys, 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so now we've got NZD USD on our broker. And guys, you know that once you come on your broker, the first thing you want to do is make sure your time, you change it from 1 minute, first of all. If you like, put it on 2 minutes first until you decide what time you want to eventually trade. And then now change your amount to whatever it is you're trading with, maybe $5, maybe $10, but if it's not $10, remember to always change your amount. All right, now, next thing you want to do is, you know, obviously, you know, you're putting, you're selling, all right? And you guess, you know, you already know the rule. You sell when the price is high, all right? So, yeah, so you're going to have to use some other tools, which my other colleagues are going to come and talk about, you know, how you can definitely use those tools to pinpoint your entries and all that, right? But this was just, you know, like an introduction all over again to what you need to do, what you need to know, the basics that you need to know and do regarding, you know, knowing how to trade HFX or how to become a beast in HFX trading. All right. So now the next thing you want to do when you come here, okay, you've chosen your currency pair, you've chosen what you've put your time, you've put your amounts. Next thing you want to maybe do, you know, you wait for your price entry. Okay. Now, aside from that, there's some other things you can do. All right. There's some other things you can do when you are trading. All right. There's when you've entered a trade for HFX, for example, if you entered for 2 minutes, it means, well, they're going to give you 2 minutes to be in that trade. All right. So if it's for a sell, say, for example, it's for a sell, you want to enter when the price is high and wait for it to drop. So imagine we entered here and price is now here. If this trade closes below our entry, which was here, and it closes here, the price where it is now. If it closes, we entered here, 435, and we're closing here, 431, we're closing in profits, right? Because we predicted a downward move, right? We predicted a downward move. And that's that about HFX, basically. And when interpreting HFX, your educator or whatever it is you're watching out for on your charts is always going to be the last 3 digits, the last 3 digits on the price. This is the price. Notice that as this guy is moving up and down, this is changing, all right? So if you're a newbie on this call, just take note of that. It's moving up, it's moving down, this guy is changing. And you can see, imagine we got in here, we're already in profits because first things first, there was no news on NZD-USD. Secondly, we checked the currency strength meter. Thirdly, we checked the market trend, right? It's in a downward trend, right? Then finally, we came here and we decided to enter, right? Knowing that you shouldn't trade against the trend, all right? You shouldn't trade against the trend. Now, you know, another person is going to come on this call right away to come and interpret to you how, you know, to come and talk about candlesticks, right? Because here at IMastery Academy, we don't just trade with, some people will tell you they trade with only currency strength meter. When I mean, some people like come on my team and they're like, they trade with currency strength meter. I'm like, whoa, what did you say? What did you say? I just like, okay. Then when they blow the account, they come and meet me. I'm like, sir, I don't know. It was working for me. I'm like, it won't work again. But then again, I mean, you are here to learn. The first thing you want to do is submit yourself to the learning process, all right? There's a blueprint for each and every one of us to follow in this on this platform. Now, to actually take your trades and pinpoint your entries, we use the products. Either we use the Hourglass or Market Trap or Simple Scalper or Web Slinger, right? Those are the major trading strategies in HFX that you can use to pinpoint when to enter, when precisely to enter the market, and you know for how long you should be on that particular trade. All right. So now, you know, talk about the double up and the rollover. These are actions that you can take. So when you enter a trade for HFX, you can no longer do anything. You can't close the trade before your 2 minutes is over. You have to wait for that time. Now, there are different things you can do just to, you know, maybe buy yourself some time. Maybe buy yourself some time to, you know, maybe stay in the trade longer, to wait for it to go in the direction that you've predicted. You know, there's some things you can actually do. Now, one of those things you can do is the double up, and another is the rollover. Okay, one of those things is the double up, and another is the rollover. Now, what does double up mean? Okay, so double up means, let's say, for example, I enter this trade for a put right here at 431, right? Now, I expect the price to move down, okay? But the price apparently decides to spike up to 434, right? It didn't go down as predicted for a put, all right? So call is for buy, put is for sell. So if you hear someone say, we're going for a buy, it means you're going to click the call button, the green button. If you hear we're going for a sell, it means you're going to click the put button. All right, so now you're, let's say you're going into a trade and instead of going down for a put, you're going for a put, right, at 431. You're going for a put at 431. And, you know, you expect it to drop just the way it's dropping now. See the way this guy is dropping mad, right? Dropping like mad. So instead of the price to go up, right? Instead of price to go up or rather to go down, it decides to go up, right? When it goes up, that gives you a better sell opportunity, right? Because remember, you must always sell at the highest price possible. You must always sell at the highest price possible. So when it gives you a better sell opportunity, you click the double up button, if you're very sure that that thing is going to drop. All right. So I'm not here to show you confirmation. Someone else is going to do that. Okay. Now you click the double up button for that. Now, if you're running out of time and you feel like this trade, okay, let's say for example, it went up, you don't want to double up, because double up means that you're going with another money. All right. So let's say you went in with some, let's say you went in with like what's it called now? How much now? Let's say you went in with $3 the first time or $5, right? When you double up, it's going to put you in again with another $5. So double up is giving you a higher entry, a better opportunity to win that trade for a put, but it's also taking some extra money from your account. All right, it's also taking some extra money from your account. All right, so now that's that for the double up. All right, and the thing with double ups is the trade will expire at the exact same time your first trade was meant to expire. So if I entered at 431 and I doubled up at 435, the same time the trade at 431 is closing is the exact same time the 435 is going to close. All right, it's the exact same time the 435 is going to close. All right, so now that's that for the double up. That's that for the double up. My time is up. Now for rollover, rollover simply means I want to buy more time, right? You want to buy extra time. So you're in a trade, you're really, really optimistic that that trade is going to go in the direction you've predicted, right? I thought that was clear. Sorry. I thought, and maybe you predicted the trade is going to go in a particular direction. You can buy yourself some extra time, all right? You can buy yourself some extra time. And how do you do that? You click the rollover button. It's going to come out like a clock sign down here under this rollover column. You're going to see a clock sign down here, and that's going to come out underneath it. And you click the rollover button. And now rollover gives you extra time to what you initially took. All right. So if you're going to expire, maybe you took the trade at 8:31, you took it for 2 minutes, you're meant to expire at 8:33. If you roll over, it gives you extra time and means you expire at 8:35. So extra 2 minutes. All right. And then your amount size, your order size, which is the amount you went into the trade with, they're going to charge you an additional 30% to whatever it is you entered the trade with. So when you roll over, as much as you're buying time, you're paying for it. So it means that's why they don't really advise you to roll over too much, because in case you lose the trade, you don't lose your entire money, right? Sometimes there are some trades you just let go. But if you roll over, because you're buying time, you're literally buying time, right? So it's going to cost you 30% of how much you entered the initial trade with. You'll be charged for extra time that you're buying. But if you win the trade, you will still win extra money as against what you would have initially won, all right? So now that goes to say, if you're using $1 or $10, for example, if you roll over, the amount you're going to see that you are in with that trade for will be $13. If it's $10, you entered with. If it's $1, you see $1.30, right? That's why rollover increases your amount. That's just basically to touch base on rollovers, on what's it called? Rollover, double up, and call and put. Basically how you can actually get started as a beginner on HFX. All right. So great. Amazing. Guys, if you know you understood and you got value, drop some 7s in the chat while I bring on the next amazing coach and mentor. This person is a best trader. He's how withdrawals for me. Like, yo, literally, I'm sure those brokers, they're eyeing her already. This person is a best trader. This person is a phenomenal mentee of mine. Someone who is very, very coachable and teachable. yeah, she's definitely someone that I'm so proud of. She's done amazingly well. She makes sure that her team absolutely gets paid. All right, guys, go ahead and put those fire emojis in the chat box while I welcome the one and only Coach D of Swiss. I saw that thing somewhere. Let's go. Coach Joy, if you're on the call, over to you.
No worry, I'm feeling the vibes. I'm feeling that music. Just give me for one moment. Let's go with that music. Let's get into the atmosphere. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I don't know who gave me that name. I know her, but I'm wondering where she got that Swiss from. But I think she's just great because I might end up in Switzerland. Not Swaziland very soon. All right, good evening, everyone. I want you to help me give it up back to Coach IK. He's done an amazing job. You can see me. Okay, I didn't know my video was up, but I was with my pen and I was taking notes. Even though I've been learning this and it's something I've been doing. So I expect at this point, every one of us is also taking notes in our homes and wherever it is you are right now. Okay, so without much ado, I think I'll be taking three things majorly. Coach Ike has actually done a lot of justice to that. And I will be handling the hourglass, right? Market trap, and I'll just mention a little bit about candles or market structure. I'm sure a lot of you want to know, okay, how's it that they call this trades, right? How have they been able to call the trades? How do they do it? Now, every single day when I wake up, write this down before I pick a trade. Apart from currency trends or even going to the Forex factory, of course, that Forex factory is very key. And that's because most people don't know. Forex is not just about the technicals. Technicals is just one area. Technicals is one aspect. Technicals is what we do. Number two, what determines the direction of the market overall is what we call the news. Of course, a lot of you most times will say there's going to be news by social time. Now, how a news affects whatever the news says determine the direction of the market in the long run. A news can happen today and we'll still be feeling the effects, let's say in the next 2 weeks, overall direction. It lets me know,
so
okay.
Your video is very blurry. Your video is very blurry, Coach D.
I'm on phone, no. Hey, I don't know why it's very blurry. Let me on and off back.
Maybe clean your camera or something.
Okay, maybe. Let me put it on again. Is it better now?
Exactly, it's way better. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, probably I needed to, don't mind me. I had to clean the camera. All right, so I'm exhausted, Drew, but man, we've got to do this. So two things I do every day, right? Coach Ike, can you help me share your screen? Can you help me share your screen very quickly?
All right, I'll do that in a bit.
Okay, thank you. Two things, like I said, well, each time you... Yes, let's go to hourglass. All right, we'll just focus on Coach Ike's screen. Look at my dad face. So, okay, while we're waiting for Coach Ike, right? There are three things I take a look at. Number one, what the news is saying. Well, of course, today's not a session where we learn what the news is saying. Number two thing, I want to look at the overall market structure. Why is Jonathan calling me? Overall market structure. Sorry, guys. right? Overall market structure. So each time I take a look at a chart, the first thing I want to see, write this down. The market structure, what do you want to see before you trade? Number one, is the market a trending market? Before we now take it on the hourglass, is it a trending market? Trending in the sense that, is it an uptrend? Is it looking like this market is going up or is going down? I hope you're writing. Oh, number one thing, the trending market. These are the things I look at before I trade. Is this market going up or going down? If it's going up, then I'm only looking for buy opportunities. Uptrend means we want to buy, right? We've watched that in our HFX videos. If I take a look at it, if it seems as if this thing is coming down, what it means is it's a downward trend. I'm only looking to sell, because anytime the market is going down, you want to sell. That's the next thing I'm looking at. Now, number three, if you're looking at the market and it looks as if it's going sideways. Sideways means you're just seeing it moving from up to down. It will keep selling and buying, like it's moving from one resistance to the next support. That's a ranging market. And how we trade each of these market matters differs. Number one, I said you want to see if it's trending up or coming down. If it's going up, you are only looking to buy, right? If it's trending down, you're only looking to sell. And if it's a ranging market, it's moving from up to down. So what it means is you want to buy the support and sell the resistance. If you understand so far, drop in some ones on the chat box before we go into this strategy. Drop in some one on the chat box if you understand so far what I've just said. Only one person. Very quickly, we have limited time. If you understand what I've said so far before I move to the next, drop in some ones very, very quickly. Good, thank you. Now, anytime you look at the chart and you cannot tell whether it's going up, coming down, right? Or is even moving sideways. What it means is that market, I call it a choppy market. Don't ever trade that market. But the one that looks as if it's going up and going down is straight, right? You can able to tell. Now look at Coach IK's screen. I want you to look at Coach IK's screen right now. Look at where you have those candles. You might need to move your hand a bit on your screen, right? Move it to the left. Do you think this market is going up or going down? Everybody take a look at it. Yes, Coach IK, move the cursor where the candles are. Yes, a hair. Wait, bring it down to the left. Where is that moving? Yes, good. From there. Everybody look at there from where his cursor is right now to the very last candle. Do you think this market has been going up or going down? If you think it's up, put up on the chat box. And if you think it's down, put down on the chat box. See, something about the trending market. The moment you look at it, you can tell whether it's going up or down. The moment you cannot tell, just know it's not a trending market. So everybody, tell me what you see. Do you think that market moved up or it was coming down? I want like 20 answers if possible. I think we are over 54 on this calls, right? Drop it down, because you see, whatever you respond to today would actually go fine helping you learn the skill sets. I should not see anything less than like 50 responses on the chat box very quickly. Good. A lot of people have agreed that it was going up. Is it not? Good. Now, what it means was that was an uptrend. Let's forget the last part. The last part was ranging, but from where he brought his cursor up, what it means is this was an uptrend. So what I will be looking for next is I want to buy this kind of trend. Let's leave that last part. The last part of when he got to the top. Coach Ike, can you move your cursor up? When he got to the top, that part looked like, see, it started ranging. It was moving sideways. Remember I said there is up, downtrend. Good. Look at that side where he's putting his cursor. You can see that one was like moving sideways. It stopped moving up. It was not going higher. It was just moving from one resistance to the next support. But let's leave that ranging market. Let's focus on that uptrend. Now, everybody look at that chart again. Even though it was an uptrend where we started from earlier, you also notice that even though the blue candles represent the buying candles, remember in an uptrend, you want to buy, right? But you can also see red candles selling. How many people notice that? Thank you for highlighting. You're seeing the blue candles for the buy and the red candles for the sell, right? Now that tells me two things. You see in every trend, there is something we call the major move. Write it down where you are. The major move. Write this down where you are right now. The major move and the resting move. A trend is made up of two moves. The major move and the resting move. Please write that down. It's very important because you need to also always understand that even though we're on an uptrend, the major move will be the buy because uptrend, we want to go up, is it not? And when we are going up in the market, what it means is we want to buy. So that is the major move on an uptrend. If it's a downtrend, meaning the market is going down, we want to sell, the major move will be the sell. The major move for an uptrend is the buy, and the resting move would be the opposite, which is the sell. If you understand what I've said so far, drop some ones on the chat box before I move to the next. If you understand what I've said so far, drop some ones on the chat box. Drop some ones very quickly. I'm expecting like 50 responses. If you do not understand, drop two fast. We have less than 15 minutes more. We still have a lot to cover. If you understand what I've said so far, drop some ones very quickly. Guys, let's be very fast, very fast.
Guys, the faster you respond, the more we can cover.
Okay, good. So from what I can see, a lot of people did not get that. I'm seeing two. Now, I take it again. I'm going to break it down. Coach Ike, please move your screen to the left. Let's see the uptrend where it started from again. Everybody at least agreed that they were seeing an uptrend from the past. Is it not? Now, good. From where Coach Ike is right now, you can see that the market moved to the top. Look at his hand on the screen, right? Now, the blue candles you're seeing inside that chart represent the buying candles. Coach Ike, move the cursor to from the beginning of that buy right now to where the buy stopped at the top of it. Good, there exactly. Now, you can see that when the market got there, you start seeing some red candles come, right? Those are the selling move. So the trend is comprised of the major move for an uptrend, which is the buy, and the resting move. See it this way, when you run, after running, you know you have to rest, is it not? If you've been running for some time, you catch some breath. Now, anytime you're on an uptrend, the major move is a buy. But just like you, when you run, you stop. The moment the market starts resting, you start doing the opposite. So what it means is even though we're on an uptrend, you know, we are buying the major move. The opposite of buying will be the selling. And that's what the market does when it's resting. Who gets that? Let me take that again. We are on an uptrend, we want to buy. But after buying, the market must rest. And when it's resting, it does the opposite. What's the opposite of buying? That's selling. That's why you see that on an uptrend, we have the buy move, which is a major move, and that is what I want to buy. Then you're going to see some sell moves, which is the opposite. You can see it came down, good. So what it means is on every trend, uptrend, you want to buy the move, the major move. Now, the resting move, which is the opposite, the sell, is what we call pullbacks. You must have heard most times on the call, we'll say, oh, the market is pulling back, right? The market is pulling back. That's why we have the sells. So as a trader, if you're on an uptrend, you only want to look for the buys. When you're on a downtrend, because every trend, write this down, every trend is characterized by two moves. Write this down in your notes, guys. Every trend is characterized by two moves, the major move and the pullback move. Every trend is characterized by two moves, the major move and the pullback move. Note, as a trader, only trade the major moves. Only trade. So what it means is if we're on a downtrend, we'll be selling the selling moves, which will be the major move for a downtrend, and the resting move, which will be the opposite. That's a buy. So on a downtrend too, I will want to sell the market and not buy the market. If you understand that so far, drop some 111 on the chat box before I now move into the cash trap strategy. Drop some 111. Good. So now, once we've been able to establish that, okay, we're on an uptrend.
Another thing we do in an uptrend is we want to buy, is it not? Now, you ask yourself, what are the conditions that make me buy? Or I've been able to see that this market is on an uptrend. Where am I taking the buy? So this is where currency strength comes in. Number one, I would only buy, everybody write this down. I would only buy when the base currency is stronger than the quotes. I would only buy when the base currency is stronger than the quotes. I want to believe everybody on this call knows what a base currency is. Let me give you an example. Coach Ike, please go to their last panel. Okay, good. Everybody, you can see we have AUD CHF, is it not? AUD is the base. Anyone that comes in front, anytime you're given a pair, the one in the front is the base, and the second one is the quotes. So they said AUD CHF, call. What it means is I would only buy if AUD is stronger than CHF. AUD is a base. Any currency pair they give, even if they give you Euro USD, GBP, JPY, anyone that is in front that comes first, that is the base. Only buy when the base is stronger than the quotes. If you understand so far, put in more 111 on the chat box. What I've just said right now, put in some 111 on the chat box. Let's be very fast, guys. Whatever energy you give me is how fast we get this thing going. Good. So what it means is we understand so far. That's number one condition. Now, I want you to see the forex market this way. It's like saying everybody sleeps every day, right? Nobody is guaranteed of waking up the next day. Don't worry, I know we also have a living God. We want to wake up. But the point is, so far, nobody has seen tomorrow, but we still plan tomorrow down because every other night we slept, we've always woken up, right? Now, the same thing in the forex market, nothing is guaranteed, but there are some things you see because it has always happened in the past. You believe because it has happened in the past, it will happen again, right? Like every Christmas, people know that since I've been born, they've been celebrating Christmas. They will keep celebrating Christmas, right? That's the same thing in the forex market. So I would always buy when the base is stronger. Now, another thing, number two thing I want to see is I will buy at the support. Write this down. I will buy at the support level. I will buy at the support level. And that's what will take us into cash trap very soon. I will buy at the support. Number one condition that makes us buy, we'll buy when the base is stronger. Now, the next thing is we want to buy at support levels. Now, let me explain what a support is. You see, in the forex market, we call something a support. If in the time past, you're looking at the charts and you notice that each time price got there, you just see blue candles, like on our chart, these blue candles represent the buy candles, right? You see that in the past, blue candles start appearing and going up from there. If it went up from there once, it's not a support. But the time you see it going there twice is a support. Let me give you an illustration. Now, imagine in your homes where you are right now, where you're seated in your homes. You know, you're sitting on the floor. Forget whether there is a chair or not. You are based on the floor, right? Now, let's imagine we're numbering that floor. That floor is numbered 1. Your roof is numbered 10. So let's say the first time candles got to 1, which is the floor, and it started going up. I won't call it a support. But next time again, it gets to 1.2 and it still starts going up. Now, 1 and 1.2 is closer to each other, is it not? That's a support zone. Automatically, next time I see the candles approaching 1.2, 1.3, I will be waiting to buy because it has happened in the time past. And that's what you're seeing on Coach Ike's screen, where he's putting his fingers right now. Look at that zone. Each time the candles get there, you see blue candles pushing up. That was a support zone. And that's how you know it's support, right? That's how you know it's support. But because a lot of us are still fresh, that is where this strategy helps you minimize your risk. And that's why we're going to be taking the cash trap. Sorry, Coach Ike, let's go to market trap. Let me start with market trap and tips. Remember, the first condition is we want to buy when the currency is stronger. And the number 2, we want to buy at the support. So the challenge for most people is They can easily tell when the currency is strong, but they cannot identify a support zone. So that is why you need this cash trap strategy, or it's called the market trap. So if I was using this market or this strategy to trade, right? And we wanted to treat a buying condition. The moment I open the chart, first of all, I want to see, is this market on an uptrend or downtrend? Or is it a sideways market? Now look at this screen where it is right now. You can see it's moving to the side. It's not going up. It's not going higher than it was creating. It's just going to the side. And from that side, you'll be seeing up and down movement, up and down, until eventually it breaks either to the downside or to the upside. That's how we trade. So the moment I confirm, let's say we want to treat buy conditions on hourglass or cash trap, sorry, market trap, that's the name. So everybody write this down. The buy conditions for market trap strategy. With this, trust me, if you see down what I'm about to show you right now, I can guarantee you if you follow the strategy to the later, out of every chain trade, you are going to have at least 8 to 7 wins, guaranteed. Why am I saying guaranteed? Because this is a product I've used and used over and over again. Guaranteed, except you do not follow the conditions. So the number one condition for buying is still the same thing I told you whenever you want to buy. The base currency, I come to the alert panel first of all. Let's say they say, Coach Ike, click on any call order where you see a call on the alert panel. Okay, good. AUD-CHF. Help us highlight it. Click on it. AUD-CHF. Good. Everyone can see where we wrote AUD-CHF call. Now, remember we said the first currency is the base and the second is the quotes. Now, look at where they wrote AUD beside it. You're seeing 49 and you're seeing 30. Those numbers represent the currency strength. So instead of you trying to go back to currency strength, everything has been streamlined for you. Now, everybody on this call, remember we said we only buy when the base is stronger. So now you're looking at 49.36. Is the base stronger? If it's stronger, put in some tools on the chat box. If the base is stronger, based on what we are looking at, AUD-CHF, put some tools on the chat box very quickly. Let's be very fast. I'm expecting like 50 replies on that. Is the base very strong? 49 against 36. Only 10 response. What it means is this 10 people that are learning. So if you like, respond so we know where we'll stop and where to quickly take it. Good. So let me say majority carry the votes. Now, the moment I see that the base is stronger, I'll go and check other conditions. But if they said AUD-CHF call and that base and quote rule, base was not stronger, I would not even check other conditions. Listen to that. The moment this strategy tells you call and you check the base is not stronger, don't consider any other factor. But the moment the base is stronger like this one, I will move to the next thing, which is on the chat. Everybody, can you see where they wrote call score 3 on the chat box? Call score 3 on the screen. If you can see where they wrote call score 3 with an arrow facing up, drop some 111 on the chat box very quickly. Call score 3 with an arrow facing up. Drop 1 very fast. We are not seeing call score where it's written on the screen. Okay, the call score has changed to 5. Where, Coach Ike, you can see that good. Now, the moment they said the base was stronger and they scored a call, once the arrow is facing up and I see the score points, anything from 3 and above, I would take it. But you see, if the call score was written 3, I'll risk 2% of my account. But anything from 4, 5, I'll risk my normal 3% per trade. Once the call score is like saying, once the score is higher, the higher your probability of being right. When it's low, it's like risk little. Now, once I've seen that, I move on to the first indicator on the screen. It's called a Bollinger Band. You see all those green lines at the top? No, at the top. Coach, at the top, where do you have the candles? Please, water. Where you have the candles. Yes, you see that green line and the red line at the top of it. Good. That name of that indicator is called a Bollinger Band. So anytime you want to buy, you focus on the green one behind it, beneath the green ones. Remember I told you that we buy at support. What that green line represents is the support zone. So anytime the candles get to that green line, it must always buy. Did you get that? Anytime the candles you're seeing on the screen gets to that green zone, notice, look at it. Each time it touches, it goes up from there. So anytime they call a call, they call a call, and I see that the candle was on the green line. After I've seen the arrow facing up and the score point, I would buy. Note. Now, let me put a disclaimer to that. As long as the candle does not break below, does not close outside that green line, I will buy. But if it closes below that green line, I would ignore that buy. Did we get that? If you got that, put in some 222s on the chat box. Whenever the candles touch that green line, move the cursor to the green line on the Bollinger Band, let them see. Good. You see those 3 green lines that you are seeing? That 3 green line that you're seeing. Anytime the candles touch the green line, it must react. It must buy. It must go up. As long as the candle does not close underneath it. Now look at in the past. Coach Ike, move your cursor to where you see the candles moving up, buying in the past. Buying from there. There was one with a wick. Good. From that wick, you can see that candle did not close outside the green line. It did not close under it. It closed above it. And you can see what happened after then. The next candle was a blue candle that followed it because it touched that green line and went up because it closed outside of it. Go to the past again. Look in the left. Again, there was a time a red candle touched it. Yes, that red candle that touched it. Because it closed on top of the green line. You can see the next candle that formed. It was another blue line, blue candle. That zones, each of those zones were support zone. That was why the candles started moving up from there. So remember we said you buy at support and you buy when the currency is strong. So that support zone you cannot see now is what this strategy is showing you with that green line. If you understand what I've said so far, drop in 222 on the chat box. Let me go to the next indicator. Good. So that was like the third condition for buying, right? The next one, remember I said the candle must not close outside it. If it closes beneath the green line, don't buy. But as long as the candle closes on top of it, you buy. Now go to the lower part. We are done with the buying for the Bollinger Band. That's the name of that indicator. The lower part, where you have B and S. That B condition is another buying condition. But sometimes you might not see the B or the S out. B means buy, S means sell. So when the B is out, it's also another condition. You're seeing B, right? You're seeing where you're seeing BS, BS, BS on your screen. So whichever one comes out last is the last one. But most importantly, look at where you're seeing a red line and a green line. Coach Ike goes to the stochastics, yes. You see that red line and the green line. Now, the green line beneath it, exactly, is also representing a support zone for that indicator. So anytime that black line that is moving in between touches that green line and faces up, is also saying we are ready to buy. You can see anytime on that green line is like saying we've gotten to support. So that black line moving is what we call the stochastics. Once the stochastics touches the green line, it's not enough to touch. It has to face up. Once it faces up, it's ready to buy. You can see right now, everybody, can you see that that line is facing up? The last part, the very last part of that line is on the red, is on the green line, and is facing up. Once it's facing up and the base currency was strong on the alert panel, and you also come to the score points, it was facing up. Anything from 3 and above is good for the buy. Now the last part, Coach Ike, go to the third one. You are seeing the RSI. You can also see that one so has a lower green line and upper red line. Now, what you want to have business with is that lower green line when you want to buy. That black line must be touching it and facing up. Notice I keep saying facing up. It's not enough to touch it, but it has to face up. Once these two are facing up, right, and the base currency was stronger, trust me, guys, 95% of the time, you'll be right. If you understand so far, these buying conditions I've just mentioned, if I now take the entry, drop in some 222s on the chat box. Drop in some 222s on the chat box. If you understand so far all these conditions I just mentioned for the buying, meaning it must face up, both of them face up, the base was stronger, drop in some 222s on the chat box. Good. Now, let me also add, you see on those two green lines, that black line must not be below it. Everybody look at the screen right now. You can see it's below it, right? It's under the green line, the black line. No, Coach Ike, move your cursor to the stochastics and RSI. Underneath, where you have those, where you just showed. You stop sharing your screen, oh, Coach Ike. Okay. Stochastics and RSI. Good. You're seeing that black line, right? It's below the green line. The moment it's below the green line, don't take a buy. Remember I said it must be on it and facing up. The moment it breaks below, if it's below, don't take a buy. Just like I said for the Bollinger Band, candle must not close underneath the green line. This one too, the black line must not be below. Be below means it's under the green line. If it's under the green line, no. What it means is we just broke support. And who broke support? Sellers. So what it means is sellers are there. But if it's on top of it and facing up like it is right now, is when you want to buy. Or if it's on top of it and facing up, is when you want to buy. So once it breaks below it, under it, don't buy. Those are the buying conditions. Now let's go to the selling conditions. Entry is the last thing we're going to talk about. How to now enter the trade. Now for the selling conditions, when we are selling, the quote currency, which is the second one, has to be stronger than the base. So let's say, for instance, Coach, I can go to AUD CHF on the screen. I think I have just less than 5 minutes more. I've overused my time. Go to AUD CHF on the screen. AUD CHF, there is a put. The strategy called the put. But because the second currency is not stronger, I would not sell. Everybody, you can see AUD CHF. Base is stronger. So such sell, I would ignore. I would not even go and check other conditions. Don't do that mistake. The moment you see that the currency strength was not aligned, just ignore, move to the next one. Now, Coach, I can move to the second one, AUD-JPY. Good. Look at this. You can see that the strength is more than 64, is more than 51. I can check this one. I can check the currency strength. So I will now click on it because most of us always forget to click on it to take you there. Good. The next thing I will check is the put score. The put score is saying 2. I might ignore that trade because I want to take from 3 upward. Remember 3, 4, 5. So the arrow was facing down, but the put score was not enough. I will not take that sell. And the first reason why I will not take this sell is because on the panel, the currency strength was not too far from each other, 54 and 64. Anything can happen. But imagine the currency strength was like, the quote currency had 64 and the base currency had like 30. Yes, I will still take that trade. So far, all other conditions align. But once they are too close to each other, please ignore it. So this one right now, the put score is 2. So I can't use that example. Let's see another example. Okay, there is one AUD USD 56.80. Let's use that one. Good. Let's click it, sir. Have you clicked it? Okay. So once the base currency, remember, is stronger. The quote currency, that's the second one, has to be stronger than for us to sell. Then another thing, I will now come to the indicators, the Bollinger Band. The candle must be around the red zone. Good. It must be touching that red zone and not closing above it. it has to close inside it, meaning underneath it. If the candle is around that zone and they call a sell, I will take it. Look at this one, they called a put, but the candle was on the red zone. That's why you are not seeing that arrow and the score point coming out. And that's why for new beginners, this kind of sell, you will ignore it. Right? The candle, the last candle you're seeing on the screen, this last blue candle, you can see it's not at that red zone. So when you want to sell, that red zone, we sell at the resistance. And that's what that red line is telling us, that the market is at the resistance. So, but this market was in the middle, not at the resistance. And that's why you are not seeing a put score. They just look like, sorry, don't focus on my face, just listen to what I'm saying. That's why you're not seeing a put score. Okay, Coach Ike, you didn't click AUD USD. The screen is on AUD NZD. That's right. So when you're also trading, ensure you always click it, because you might not click it and you think you're on it. You have to always click it for it to change. It's very important. Good. Now we're on AUD USD. So still, the lamp is. So the last candle has to be on that red zone for you to take a sell. This kind of sell now, I would not take it because the candle was not at the red zone, right? It was not at the red zone. Now the next condition, and don't worry, leave the currency pairs on, but just listen to what I'm saying. The candle has to be on the red zone, on the red line, those 3 red lines at the top. That's where the candle has to be touching for you to take that put, right? But another thing, remember, everybody look at this screen. Do you think this is a downtrend or an uptrend? Do you think it's a downtrend or an uptrend? Huh? Do you think it's a downtrend or an uptrend? If you think it's a downtrend, type down on the chart. Can we off the noise? Do you think it's a downtrend? Good, everybody can see it's a downtrend. So what it means is, I only want to sell this market. Good. Everybody agrees this is a downtrend, is it not? Downtrend. So in a downtrend, remember I told you that there would always be 2 moves. The selling is the major move, and you're going to see buys. The buy is the resting move. And that's why this thing has been buying. But you see, in a downtrend, we only want to sell at the resistance level. Don't worry, I'll teach you this thing again another day. But for the sake of this strategy, that red line, that red zone represents the resistance level. And that's where you want to sell from. Of course, if other conditions align, where it is to, we can sell. But because a lot of you are still new, it's like saying you're trying to learn how to drive a car. The first time they tell you maintain speed 80. But you know, when you become more experienced, you can go speed 150. So for the sake of beginners, until you master where the red zones is, which is that red line, any other cell they call in the middle, ignore it. So that's for the first part. Now let's go to the second part. Coach Ike, move your cursor to the stochastic. Good. You see that black line, the red line, you're seeing the upper red line. That's the resistance. That's what resistance is represented by. Now, the black line must be touching that red line and facing down for you to sell. If it's not facing down, it's not ready. Like this thing called a put, but that black line is only touching the red line. It's not facing down. I will not sell. I will wait for it and give you more time until that black line is touching the red line and facing down. Now, for the third indicator, the RSI, you also see another upper red line, is it not? The upper red line. It also has to be touching it and facing down. If it's not facing down, don't sell. So the last part where most people now have an issue with, those are the conditions for selling. The last condition is, how do I now enter the trade? Before you go on this strategy, you must have opened IQ Sense down on the strategy. Now, once you go to AUD USD, for instance, and they say put, and you take a look at how the conditions align, averagely, this strategy comes out every 5 minutes. By 5 minutes, I mean on timing. Let's say we started at 9 o'clock. Once trade idea will come out. The next one will be at 9:05, 9:10, 9:15, 9:20. That's how it's going to come out. So what it means is all these trades come out for 5 minutes. So if you're taking it also, you have to take it with their timing. So let's say they said AUD USD, and you see that all the conditions were put aligned. But before you finish checking everything, 1 minute has gone out of 5 minutes. By the time you go and take the trade, you won't still go and enter for 5 minutes. No. You must always pay attention to their entry price. Let's say this AUD USD, the entry price was 374. When I go on IQ Send, I'll be looking for, because it's a sell, I'll look for 374 and above. When you sell, you want to sell very high. So if I even get something higher than 374, better. But if you can't get it, probably the market started moving. It's better you wait for that same 374. So if I take 1 minute in checking out the conditions, when I go take the trade, I might take it between 3 to 4 minutes. So that by the time I own 3-4 minutes is adding up with the extra 1 minute, everything is ending with 5 minutes. If you understand this last part I just explained, put in some yes on the chat box. Yes, if it's not yet on those red lines, it's not valid for itself. If you understand the last part I just said on how to enter that trade, put in some yes on the chat box. Put in those yes. The yes I'm getting is not even up to 20. Hey, and we are 55. No, you don't understand. Okay, let me explain that part again, because this is where most traders have an issue. Entry. Look at AUD USD, the way it's highlighted right now on Kotaike. Kotaike, put it on that puts. You can see that another idea, you're seeing the time less than a minute ago. This is because we are 9:15. Every 5 minutes, like I told you, a new trade comes out. So this means this trade idea that came out at 9:15 is going to end by 9:20. So if you are taking the trade, you also want to be out of that trade by 9:20 latest. So let's say it says AUD USD put. I'll look at the entry price. Are you seeing where they wrote entry? Coach, I can move your arrow to where there is entry. Good. Is that entry price you want to go look for at IQ Send after selecting the currency pair? If it's a buy, you look for that entry price or something lower. If it's a sell, look for that entry price or something higher, because when we buy, we want to buy low. When we sell, we want to sell high. So once it's a sell, you look at all the conditions I told you for a sell. By the time you take a look at everything, the screen at a glance, 1 minute would have gone. So when you are going to take the trade, you take it for 4 minutes. But if it took you 2 minutes, probably some of you, it took you 1 minute and something seconds. That's almost like 2 minutes. By the time you go take that trade, take it for 3 minutes. So that when you add the time you spent in analyzing together, as long as it has not gone far from that entry price, not that they'll call it at 355. You use the old 2 minutes to analyze and be checking. Then the thing has gotten to 325, all the way from 355. That idea has gone. Oh. If you go and enter, it's at owner's risk. Do you understand this last part? Drop in those yes if you understand. I don't tire. Drop in those yes if you understand.
Okay. Doing you tried, I beg. I beg you tried. So I guess, let me see. Doing you're done, yeah?
Yes, I'm done on the market trap.
Okay.
Should we still take the hourglass? It's just a little bit of different.
Okay, so
or
brush
the timing.
The timing though, but quickly brush through.
Okay, let's go brush through. Okay, now let's go to the strategy we just teach is the market chart. You can see where it's selected. That's one. Now, hourglass is the next one we want to quickly show. It's the same principle for hourglass also. Only the third thing that is different. You can see the strategies are similar. So this one also, it's just like the first one we did. Right? The first one, so this one, so if you're buying, you check the alert panel. Is the base stronger than the quote based on the numbers? If it's stronger, you come to the Bollinger Band. It's the same thing you're looking at. The arrow is facing up for a call. The candle is also touching the green line, just like the other one. Everything here is the same thing. The only thing that differs is the last part. everything is still the same condition. The last part, you can see that second one. There's also a green line and a red line and a green line. That's also stochastics. So when that black line touches above, but you see this third one, this last third one, there is a slight twist to it. Yes, that second one is just like that previous one. Come to the one where you have dash, 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 that dotted line. Good. They switched the color here. And this is just the only difference. You are seeing that the upper, the one at the top right now is dotted green lines. That's the resistance. It doesn't matter the color. Anyone at the top is still the resistance. Right? The dotted red line beneath is the support. So anytime that black line touches the green line, dotted green line, and it's facing down, you want to sell. Yes. At the top, facing, yes, on that dotted green line, and it's facing down, you want to sell. Anytime it's also at the red line, dotted line beneath, facing up, you want to buy. But the only difference here, you're seeing a black thick line in the middle, right? That's telling that, oh, the market is in the middle. Anything can happen in the middle. So anytime it's at that middle, it's always struggling. You want to be patient. If that black line, the one that's been moving, the RSI line itself, if it now goes above that black thick line in the middle and it's facing up, you want to buy. Yes, if it's above it and facing up, you want to buy. But if it's below it and facing down, you want to sell. If it's below it, under it, and facing down, you want to sell. And another thing that one tells you, in a way, it shows you trend. But for those who don't understand how to see trends yet, you can just stick to that market trap strategy. If this one will confuse you. Like right now, this market is beginning to form a downtrend. That's why the black line has been moving from the top of it, broke underneath the middle black line, and is still facing down. We're on a downtrend. Now, any buy they call on a downtrend, ignore it. If this strategy calls a buy and you're on a downtrend, you want to ignore it. If you're on an uptrend and it calls a sell, you want to ignore it. Even if you have to sell on an uptrend, risk very, very little. Because like I told you at the beginning, you only want to follow the major move. Once the major move on a downtrend, it's a sell. Once the major move on an uptrend, it's a buy. So you want to follow the direction where the market is going. Remember, your money is small. You can't be, when you go against the market, like saying you want to come and use your $50, $10 to be fighting billions of dollars that the banks are bringing in. There is no way you win. And that's why you lose those trades. So follow where the big money is going. If the big money is going down, it's simple. Look for all the resistance in the market and sell with them. If the money is going up, look for all the support zones and buy there. Another thing you now need to know is that support can turn to resistance and resistance can turn to support. And that is why you might see people trading in the middle when the market goes to that black line. Because if you break a support, it now becomes a new resistance. Let me give you an illustration for that. Where you are right now in your home, your floor is supporting you, right? And your roof is what is limiting you from going up. But imagine if it was a story building. This your same roof. That was your roof on the down floor, resisting you. When you're on the up, meaning you break above the roof, and you're on the first floor, that same roof will now be the one supporting you on the first floor. So what it means is that roof has now become a support. So anytime the market breaks a resistance, that resistance becomes a support. And anytime it breaks a support, that support becomes a resistance, and the rule will always apply. So if it becomes a support, it means we start buying there. If it becomes a resistance, we start selling there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope with this, you've been able to understand so much. So this particular one, if you don't understand, just stick to that first one I explained, market trap. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Any question at this point? Any question? What of the entry? Yes, the entry is still the same thing. On the alert panel, they would always give you an entry price. So far, all the conditions, see, there are times you will see that the base currency is stronger. On the Bollinger band, they are saying buy, it's touching the green line. The second one too, It's touching the green line, facing up. But once the third one is not facing up, don't buy. Wait for the three of them. If you do only two and you don't wait for all three, your money is at risk. Because you see, that third one is the most important one. Until that third one is there, that third one is let you know that the banks or the big money has arrived. It's like all of us now, we know, all traders in the world know that they buy at support. So anytime everybody gets to the support, we want to buy. But you see, all of us, our $5 to $2 will not make the market move away from that support. But when somebody comes in with billions, it will move. And that is what that third RSI tells you by facing up. So once that one faces up, just know it's going to go. But if only two align and all of them does not align, and you take the trade, or you're for you, on your own. I know some people will try it. There are days you will try it and you might be lucky. But the day all of them will play together, you lose that trade. I can tell you, if you follow these conditions, 70 to 80% of the time, you would always be right in this market. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take one last question. Hey, what of the candlesticks pattern for now? Yes, the candles you see there also matters. Because of our time, I think I'll send a material on candlesticks. But each of these candles you see, they actually have a meaning. I don't think we can take candlesticks this night though. Coach Ike?
That's a very
Yes, we'll send a material on candlestick. Then maybe another day we'll do a training on that also and combine with strategy.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm done. How will someone know the 15-minute time frame? Very good question. Okay, Coach Ike, now go to where you have the timing, because this strategy can also work either on 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Good. You see where it's clicking 5 minutes, you can always change it to 15 minutes. So that way, each candle represents what happened in the last 15 minutes. So if you want to take it for 15 minutes, you also need to understand timing calculation. That is 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, and 10 o'clock. That's how you calculate the 15 minutes. The same way you calculate the 5 minutes. So that's the last question I'm taking today. And at this point, I would be bringing in, I think I'll hand over to Coach Ike, let him bring in the next host on this call. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! Amazing, amazing, amazing. Guys, go ahead and put some fire emojis for Coach Doyi. Whoa, that was hot. Guys, I mean, I can't see the fire emojis. What's going on? I will end this call. I will end it. This is not the one you're supposed to do in the morning, no. I will just end it. Amazing, 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 amazing. Wow, that was super power packed. That was super power packed. Thank you so much, Coach Doyi. The value was hot. All right, guys, without further ado, we have one last amazing coach coming on to actually show you how to mark up charts. Who's excited to find out how they can mark up their charts on Hourglass and Market Trap? Who's excited to find out how they can mark up their charts on Hourglass and, and Market Trap? Guys, honestly speaking, this training is every single thing you need and more. And guess what, guys? In order for you to have access to these products that they've just shown you, you need to have an active sub. So don't you dare go and take trades thinking that, oh, yeah, I've learned, you're going to lose your money. You want to make sure you're checking the currency strength numbers. Like I said, we use currency strength meter, we use this guy, but you see these numbers here. Yeah, these are the accurate guys because they actually count in 1, 2, 3, like actual numbers. All right. You have entry price given to you by the software, by the strategy. Okay. So I'm going to let the next speaker, the next coach come on, guys. If you know this person, you know she's the queen of energy. So you want to make sure that the energy is already pumping in the chat box. It's already pumping in the chat box as we bring on the one and only, the very one and only, Chef Anani of Dubai, guys. Go ahead and put those energies in the chat box. Let's go. Put those fire emojis in the chat box. Am I muted? I'm not seeing fires. Am I muted? Am I muted? Let's go. Chef Anani.
What's up, my people?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'm here.
I'm fire emojis in the chat as we welcome the one and only Chef Anani of Dubai.
Hi, money.
Yeah.
Laba fana baningi nale mali khona laba bayateka sibafaka isikole wayiningisela ngamabasa wazi washo mama wathi ngisiphalaphala wayiningisela ngamabasa wazi naba labona ngamawala wazi hayi baby papa nishebele nesavana nithelele le piano niyekele yelele hayi you want to start this shit with it
People,
Hi, take it over.
Hi people, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Oh my God, it's so good to be in front of you. I'm so sorry I can't turn on my video right now, but Obinaya, you're very stupid. You say, coach, I didn't want to see lessons right now. You guys know, you know how I roll, right? Okay, so I have to give it back to Coach IK, Coach Doyin, everybody that has been on before me. Like, guys, give it up to your coaches, drop some fire emojis. Can everyone hear me? Can you guys hear me, or am I speaking to myself?
We can hear you. Please go ahead, carry on.
Oh, okay, good, awesome. So a lot of you already know like how I started trading. Like I started trading like a little over 2 months ago, because I've been in this academy since June 2021. Yeah, June 2021, and it took me 4 months to get here, you know, to be able to call trades and all. So some of you know that it's not like I jumped into this academy and in a week or 2 weeks I started trading. So now I'm going to show you how to mark up your charts on Hourglass and then on TradingView, regardless of the one you're on. So I'm sorry, I can't. I'm on Zoom on my phone, not on my laptop. So I need someone to share their screen. Coach IK, will you be able to share your screen, or you get someone to share their screen?
Let me share.
Okay, good, awesome. I'm sorry, you can't see my face. I can't share my screen. It's like past 12 where I am, and don't worry. Okay, good. Okay, so like what I always tell people, since this is a session to educate us on how we trade, I'm going to tell you what I do, what I tell anyone that wants to learn how to trade. I always have 5 tabs open on my browser whenever I want to trade. Number 1 is Hourglass. Number 2 is TradingView. Number 3 is Currency Strength Meter. Number 4 is livecharts.co.uk. And number 5 is my broker, IQCent, Right Forex, Race Option, regardless, anyone, okay? So now I'm going to teach you how to mark up on Hourglass, right? Guys, see, I cannot overemphasize this. Hourglass is my juju. Hourglass na my juju. I'll just tell you guys. Because when Currency Strength Meter and livecharts.co.uk is telling me that, okay, Euro is strong, USD is weaker, Hourglass confirms it for me. And do you know why? Let me tell you why. Because Hourglass gives me numbers, right? So my livechat.co.uk can tell me that odd is stronger, but it's not going to give me the numbers, right? Currency strength meter can tell me that odd is stronger, but it's not going to give me the numbers. Only Hourglass actually gives me the numbers. So Hourglass is what I use to take my trades, right? Okay, good. So for example, I've checked my currency strength meter. I've checked my livechat.co.uk, and I see that, okay, odd is stronger than CHF, for example, or odd is stronger than JPY. I go to my Hourglass and confirm. I look at the numbers. And for me personally, I don't take trades that the numbers are close. So for example, from what I can see from the screen that Coach Ike is sharing, odd USD is good for me because odd is 46, right? And USD is 84. So I wouldn't trade odd NZD because odd is 47 and NZD is 24. They are close. You can easily flip. So I'm just telling you my trick, like what I do to, all those green bubbles you see. This is how I analyze my trades, literally. So Coach Ike, can you click on odd USD? Yeah, exactly. So this is what I do. Once I check my Hourglass and I'm like, I look at what currency pair is good for me. What we can see from odd USD is good for a put entry. And you can see on the chart. So one thing, guys, is that you need to know what the candles do. So even if you're seeing a call score of 4, I'm not going to take a call. I'm not going to buy because I know that odd USD is good for a sell. So I'm just going to wait for my sell entry. This green arrow I'm seeing and the call score of 4 that I'm seeing is just telling me that it's going to give me a higher entry that I'm going to take my sell at. And if you can see now, it's red. Everything is red, right? That is what you can see on this chart. So now what I do is I mark up my charts in the 1 hour time frame, 15 minutes and 5 minutes. Daily time frame also. So Coach Ike, can you go to the daily time frame? Okay, is this the daily time frame? Okay, good. Now, so one thing you need to know about marking of charts is that you're looking at the previous candle, right? So you're going to mark where the previous candle closed. And whether it's a buy or it's a sell, you're marking where the previous candle closed. So after checking our currency strength, we already know that, okay, for this currency pair, let's say odd USD, we're putting. So wherever the previous candle closed is where we are going to mark, right? So Coach Ike, can you mark where the previous candle closed on the daily time frame? So he's going to pick his horizontal line. Yep. Mark where the previous daily, 24 hours candle closed. Previous, no, you're marking the current one. Mark the previous one. Coach Ike, move it. You're marking the current one, yeah. So mark the previous one. Good, awesome. So now change it to 1 hour time frame. Good. So now in the 1 hour time frame, you can see that without us even marking, you can see that it's respecting the trend because it's a sell. Our currency strength already told us that odd USD is selling. It's putting. In the kitchen. Cool. Okay, yeah. Sorry, my phone just fell. I'm sorry, guys. My phone fell in between my bed. Sorry. So yeah, I'm back. We always mark the previous candle. That's what we do. So on the 1 hour candle, we can see that it's respecting what our trend is telling us. So whenever you hear that trade with the trend, don't trade against the trend. So since this is a selling trend, is a bearish momentum, I'm not going to do any buy. Even if I see blue candle, I'm not going to take that blue candle for a buy, because I know this is a bearish momentum. This is a sell market. I know that blue candle I'm seeing is just giving us higher points to take our sell at, right? That's what I do. So now on the 1 hour candle, Coach Ike, please, can you mark where the previous candle closed? Good. So all we are doing now is possible zones that we can take a sell or a put entry on odd USD. Simple as that. Now, anybody that takes an entry around, let me zoom my screen a bit, 354 area for a 2 minutes put on odd USD, you are going to clear that trade. Now, Coach Ike, do the 15 minutes time frame. Let's see. Good. So if we're respecting that area, right? So you can see that if you take a put entry anywhere around 350, right? 339, 350. If you take a put entry, so if you're on your broker, IQ Sense, Vite Forex, and you see it around these areas, I always do 2 minute trades, right? Take a 2 minutes entry on around this area, you're going to be in profit and you're going to clear your trade, even if you roll over. This is a perfect bearish market, like it's selling. So ignore any blue candle you see. It's just pushing the price up to a point where you get better entries. So that's what it does for you. If you compare it with this 15 minutes, Coach Ike, can you just click on the 5 minutes time frame? Let them see. Exactly. Good. Exactly. So you can see that even on the 5 minutes time frame is respecting the zones that we've marked, right? So this thing is not hard, guys. For me, the most important zones is the 1 hour time frame, the daily time frame, because once you've marked that, 30 minutes can do 30 minutes, can do 15 minutes. It lets you know where the market is going to come to, possible areas for a buy or a sell, depending on the currency strength at that point, right? So that's basically it. So from what we can see now, we can take a put entry, that's a sell, on odd USD. If it picks up to the 350 areas, right? If it picks up to the 350 areas, once you click on sell, you'll be in profit. So now literally this 5 minutes candle has like 3 minutes to expire. So I always say this thing, that once you understand what the candles do, once you understand your charts, you know what to do. Regardless of whether the chart is showing you blue candle or red candle, if you understand the momentum. Because normally if you see blue candle, you're like, oh, it's a buy. Let me click on a buy entry. But if you click on a buy entry in a downward trend that is selling, you're going to lose money because it's going to spike you up and down. But as long as it's a downward, a bearish momentum, right? You can take a sell, a put entry, even if you're seeing a blue candle, and you're going to clear your trade. For example, if I enter this market at 343, before this candle closes, it's going to drop lesser than 343. Look at it, it's already dropping. It's at 342. Like, it's going to drop because I understand that this is a bearish momentum, regardless of the fact that I'm seeing a blue candle, which is a buy. So I know that this market is still going to tank. So even if in the first 5 minutes I'm not in profit, I know that it's still going to tank. I will roll over. Simple as that. That's it. So guys, you need to know how to study the market. right? And the only way that you can do this is by practice. I did not learn this by magic. I had to know how to study my charts, my candles on hourglass. So you need to know how to do that. Now, there's a lot of videos that makes it very, very, very easy for you. It explains how to use your stochastic, your RSI to understand what the chart is doing. Coach Ike, is this, what's it called again? This is not, is this hourglass or Liberty? Is this hourglass or Simple Scalper? Market trap, or hourglass. I'm much more. There's another thing that I tell people, that you don't need to practice all the strategies. Okay, this is market trap. You don't need to practice all the strategies. Like, you can watch videos on all of them and then decide which one you resonate more with. So for me, I'm good at anything hourglass, cash trap. I'm not very good with Simple Scalper. I'm not very good with Web Slinger. Like, I can even trade using Simple Scalper more than I can trade using Web Slinger. So the thing is, just learn for yourself, and every information that you need is on the academy. So I learned how to use hourglass, cash trap, market trap from Ken Vrimo. So if you want to learn how to use Web Slinger or Simple Scalper, go to Millie Mills, right? So this is what I use. Hey, Obina, yeah, you are clearing 350.
Exactly. I actually saw it when it got there. I was gonna ask if anyone saw it. It touched that.
This is not a trading session. Not
touched the resistance. Immediately touched it and it dropped. Like
you,
mad.
So you people are trading when
actually
I'm
touched the marked up line right here in our very before.
Coach Ike, so you enter that trade. Obinaya, you enter trade.
I mean, can you not? Is it not Miss that is sharing screen? I didn't enter now.
Obinaya, I dey teach you now something. You enter trade. You dey enter trade. I'm teaching you people something. Your entry trade and you're clearing. The Lord is with you.
Yeah.
You guys. But it's good. That shows that you understand what I'm telling you. You understand what I'm telling you. And you see that this works. Like, once you know how to mark up your charts, once you know how to use the tools that the academy has given you. See, guys, this thing, like, sometimes I fear to even post my trading receipts, because people come to me and like, oh, Coach Anani, you just posted, you cleared, blah, 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 blah. Teach me. And I'm like, now the same tools where you get access to, now I get access to. Like, do you get? Guys, it's not magical. It's this same hourglass that you are seeing, right? That's what I've used. Hello? Sorry, someone was knocking at my door. So it's the same tools that you have access to. Like, it pains me sometimes when people are wasting their subscription. Yeah? Come in. Come in. Who's that? Oh my days, Zoom. Just no talk. Sorry guys, I have a visitor, but I'll continue. I'm on Zoom, don't make noise. Just pin your mouth. Okay, guys. Yeah, where was I? So Basit, stop it. Okay, yeah. Stop now. You guys should let me focus. Okay, good. So it's these same tools that you have access to, that I have access to. So if you want to mark, right, I already said it previously, you look at the daily time frame, the 1 hour time frame for HFX, daily time frame, 1 hour time frame, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. So for example, we want to mark odd USD. Coach Ike, can you click on the daily time frame again? Let them see it. Daily time frame.
Someone asking how do we mark? Well, that's all.
Yeah, so let's do it again. Let's do it again so that
let's choose another currency pair.
Okay, choose another currency pair.
Maybe this time let's mark for a buy. We just marked for a sell.
Sell. Okay, good. See, guys, I always tell people, forget all those plenty English, resistance, support. All you need to know is that for the candles, you need to know where a candle opens, where a candle closes, where it picks up to, where it peaks, down to where it wicks down to. It wicks up, wicks down. It opens, it closes. That's all you need to know. So if you put plenty grammar for your head, you might get confused, right? So now, this is CAD CHF. Coach Ike, can you check the currency strength first? Let's see what CAD CHF is doing, whether it's buying or selling.
It's in alignment for a buy, actually. It's in alignment for
Let's show them. Let's show them first. Like, this is what we do first before we chat. No, just click on, go to this, your currency strength meter. Let them see it. Okay, good. So we're on CAD CHF. So basically what you can see from here is that it's selling, CAD CHF is selling. Because CHF is higher than CAD. Once your first currency is lower, it's a sell. If your second currency is higher, it's a sell, right? So we can see CAD CHF is selling. Now, Coach, I can go back to Hourglass. Okay, and from what we can see, it's a downward momentum. So we know it is selling. We can see it is a clear downward momentum. We know that it is selling, right? So now what we are looking for is, as we are on this call like this, or we're on a trading session like this, we are looking for zones to sell at, because our currency strength has told us that for the past how many hours this market has been selling. So obviously, maybe the points that the market started selling at, it has left us. So we are looking for where we are going to take our entry at. We are looking for where we are going to take our entry at, right? So now what we do is, this is the 5 minutes candle. Now, Coach Ike, please, can you go to the daily candle? Since we already know that CAD CHF is selling, right? Go to the daily candle, please. Let's quickly mark the daily candle. Good. So once you're on the daily candle, perfect. This is what I love to see. You can see that the candles are longer than what we've been seeing. So all you need to do is, our current candle is this red one that you are seeing that is short, right? Is the red one that you are seeing that is short, that is not concluded. So you are not even going to touch this red candle you are seeing. What you need to do is mark where this previous candle closed. That's the previous 24-hour candle. Now, so this blue candle that you are seeing next to this red candle, that's what you are going to mark. You are going to mark where that candle closes. So Coach Ike, can you draw a horizontal line where the previous blue candle closed? Good. So now that is a point for our sell entry. Guys, this is very important. When you are marking up your charts, all you need to know is that you are marking where the previous candle closes. Now, this previous candle on this market we are looking at is a blue candle. A blue candle opens at the bottom and closes at the top.
At the top.
Yes. Now, if it was a red candle opens at the top and closes at the bottom. So you are always looking for where a candle closes. If it's blue, you are looking up. If it's red, you are looking down. So because our previous candle is blue, we are looking at where it closes at the top. That's why we are marking this point. And you can see that it's synonymous with where the current red candle opened from. You need to understand that for this market, where a previous candle closes is where the next current candle opens up from. Simple as that. You can see it. So Coach Ike, this is the daily time frame, right? Please, can you go to the 1 hour candle? The 1 hour time frame. Can you zoom it a bit? Good. Now you can see that this 1 hour time frame that Coach Ike has shown us. If you look in the past 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, you are seeing a steady downward stream, right? You can see that bearish momentum, a sell momentum. You can see that from our previous daily candle that we marked. You can see that that point that we marked on our daily candle, 011, the market has been coming down from that point. So anybody that took a trade, after analyzing, anybody that took a trade from 011 downward, you'll be in deep profit. If you like, take that trade for 1 hour. 011, you will be in mad profit because now it's way below where you entered. So that's the beauty of analyzing the market. That's the beauty of knowing how to chart up, right? So what we marked in the daily time frame, it respected that zone on the 1 hour time frame. So normally, like if I had done my chart up on this trade, that's why sometimes you guys will see that your coaches will be like, oh, I've been chopping this market, because we've marked it before we join a trading session and we've seen how the market is and we've been taking trades. So anybody that knows how to mark up their charts, if they marked up their charts like 2 hours before we got on this call or 3 hours before, they will be in mad profits. They will be in mad profits because they already know what the market is doing and they know what the currency strength is saying, and they'll be in profit. Now, Coach Ike, can you show us 15 minutes time frame? You remember this is 1 hour, so show us. You can show us 30 minutes.
Mark up the 1 hour candle.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. So you can, like for me, sometimes because I see that it's respecting the daily candle, I may not mark up. Mark up the 1 hour, yeah, because I can see it's respecting. But however, you can mark up the previous candle closed. Yeah. Now remember that all this we're doing is to show you possible entries, either for a buy, for a sell, whichever. Just know that you're always marking where the previous candle closed. So the previous 1 hour candle closed at 7:20. That's why Coach Ike has marked there. So Coach Ike, can you go to 15 minutes? You can do 30 minutes first, because I used to do 30 minutes. I use that 30 minutes to confirm. Good. Is this the 30 minutes time frame?
Yep.
Good. So you can say, I don't need to mark this 30 minutes time frame. Why? Because this 30 minutes time frame respected the 1 hour time frame. So nothing changed. Mm-hmm. So I just use this 30 minutes time frame to confirm that my markup is right. Now go to the 15 minutes time frame. Coach Ike, please, can you do that for us? Good. The 15 minutes time frame still respected our 1 hour markup. So this just tells you that, you see, these 720 areas is very, very, very super good for a sell. That's what it's just telling you. Because it started from our daily to our 1 hour, to our 30 minutes, to our 15 minutes. So it's telling you that if you see a blue candle, this current blue candle that we're seeing, if you push up, if you just touch this 720, if you see it at 720, just click put, it's going to drop. Coach Ike, can you please go to the 5 minutes time frame? You can see it's respecting the same thing. So this blue candle that you see is just gonna push it up to, if it doesn't get to 719, it's going to get to 700. So anything.
No, let me even mark up the 15 minutes. Hold on.
Okay, do that. So me, like, I don't mark up 15 minutes. I don't mark up 30 minutes. I mark up 1 hour. I mark up daily. And once my 30 minutes respect my 1 hour time frame, I'm good.
Now I go to 5 minutes. So now I just to chip in, if this candle, you can see, it's above the previous markup, right? Now you can see the way this guy is pushing up, going to that 720.
That we marked, exactly.
See the way this guy is pushing up, going to that 720. Now, if there was a break and close below this line that I marked, that's a confirmation that this is another entry, like this line below here. It's still going to drop below it eventually. Guys, see, we got here to 714, right? Remember, we mark up zones. It's a zone. So 714, 720 is around the same area. Right? Sometimes markup might not be that precise, but if you see it at a zone, 714 was very close to 720. And guess what? It dropped because this is a resistance zone. with this with this explanation. I just wanted to chip that in. Okay, Doyin wants to say something. Okay, I'll mute her.
Thank you very much, Kutaike. Yes, and one more thing to that. You said the previous floor is always now the new resistance for you to sell. Now that same zone Kutaike marked up, where that candle started dropping from, look to the left before. You can see it was where the candles buy from, bought from, yes. Where the candles buy started, the smaller buys. Good. You see, it was still in zone. So from that support, the moment it has broken down, when you are selling next, you sell from that same zone. And that was why when that candle got to that zone, you sold. So another rule is the previous support will now breed the new resistance. The moment it has broken, that's the same thing. Look at all this trend line you're seeing. Every time it's sold, where it started selling from, look at the left. It was a previous buying zone. Every selling candle. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now go to the next one again, the one above. Let them see the one that happened above it, where the sell started from. You can see it was previously a buying zone to the left. That's how the market moves in a trend. Then something else I also forgot to mention. You are seeing some red lines where the candle is dropping from. Good. All those red lines were the resistance zones you could have also taken sales from because it was on a downtrend. That's why they put all those red lines. You see the green lines too. That was where the buys also started from. Just one line. So those are also things you can also watch out for when trading. It would help you. Always know the previous support. The moment it has broken down below that support, just wait for that zone again. That's where you want to sell from.
That's what I was saying, guys.
Yes,
that's what I was saying. This guy
thank you, Kutaike.
Like close below. Yeah. All right, Eshi, do you want to wrap up real quick? I guess you're done.
Yeah. So basically, for everybody that cuts off from me, they want to know how to trade, they want to know their entries. We've basically shown you, right? So all you need to know.
This is the blueprint, guys.
This is it. See, the blueprint is, in short, long, everything we don't talk. Know where your candle opens and know where your candle closes. Where your candle closes is where your next entry starts from. So for a bearish momentum, that's a sell. Your candle, a red candle, starts at the top and closes at the bottom. So that bottom that the candle closes is where your next entry starts from. Whether it's a green candle, it's a red candle. So for a bullish momentum, that's a buy. A buy starts from the bottom, grows, and goes up. So where that candle closes is where the next candle starts from. That's all you need to know. So sometimes I tell people, don't just put, words in your head. Ceiling, floor, resistance. Understand what the candle does. Do you know sometimes?
Sometimes wrap up.
And they come, I better not start.
On the birthday. Wrap up.
Wrap up.
I'm not.
You're the only one that is not aware.
Now what happened?
She was not informed.
Wait, before we announce, there was something I forgot to mention. There are also pairs. I wrote it up. My skill just landed. Thank you, Ayana.
Me too. My skill has landed.
Now you tell me my wrap up.
Each other. Like, for instance, I typed it. I know some people saw it. I wanted to mention, let's say you're selling Euro GBP. GBP JPY will be buying. It's not 100%, but 90% of the time, that is what happens. So let's say we're getting a buy on GBP JPY. You can quickly use that opportunity to also go and sell Euro GBP. I hope we got that. GBP JPY and Euro GBP, they move opposite of each other. Not always, but 95% of the time. In fact, I started trading this market. It's only once that they were going in the same direction. So I hope we noted that. Now, hey, Jesus. Now back, I'm done with this trading session. Kotaike, how many people are
it's
in
the
Barcelona?
people clearing, no. There are some people that
I'm
are
seeing
clearing
people in Barcelona in
I
January.
swear,
I am Master Academy. Just
the
from
information we are
P1000 to
giving,
Barcelona.
some people they use and clear.
Hey,
We're not trading, we're training. Some people they clear. With the explanation we are giving,
and
some
they're
people are
using it. Now
clearing.
that's the idea. You have to practice it. You have to practice.
But it's good. It's all good.
Let's go and talk about Barcelona.
Which Barcelona?
I
don't understand this for you.
Shefanani, wait, Shefanani, are
Barcelona
you
promo. They want to sponsor people to Barcelona.
I'm not understanding. Don't you mute yourself? Mute yourself, sharp.
We are
mute
done with
yourself
training.
because
We are done with training.
I had to pursue man. Don't you mute yourself now? Mute yourself, Nana, as I talk.
She has muted.
Better.
Go on.
You know the sacrifice I had to make for this session. It's past one where I am.
It's past one.
It's past 1, 4 minutes past 1 where I am, and I have to be awake by 5:30 today. Go to school by 6. Leave my house by 6, and start my school, my class by 7 a.m. During day here they talk. Man, no shoot you go no. So guys, see, you can't learn this information in one day, but basically, if you've not learned anything today, just know that summary of everything today is for you to understand your candles. For you to be able to, the first step to taking trades for yourself is understanding that the close of a candle is the beginning of another candle. So sometimes when you have trading sessions and your coach is telling you that, higher entry is giving us possible higher entries for a buy, for a sell, just know that it's because of what the candles are doing. So the close of a previous candle is the start of a new candle. That's basically one of the most important information you need to know, right? So these blueprints to trading is not a one-day thing. I'm pretty sure we keep reminding you, we keep telling you and giving you the tips and all. So everybody that you've heard on this session, trust me, guys, they've been where you are. Some people are there doubting and doing yimu. All these coaches, they talk after they go cash out. Coach Doyi, Coach Ike, me, Coach Emma, Coach Fumi, all of us don't blow accounts before. We have all blown our accounts before. Trust me. That's why we can come here and tell you that this is what you need to do. This is the blueprints. If we've not passed through it, we cannot tell you that this is how it is. So there's an amazing session that is happening now that Doyi is just excited about Barcelona. Let me go see first you reach there. So guys, it's been good having you in front of me. It's been good speaking to all of you, and I hope that most of you on this call take the information that we've given you, put it into practice, and start to grow your account. If you have questions, you can always reach out to any one of us, and we'll put you through. Coach Ike, over to you.
Okay. Am I still okay? Yes, I'm unmuted. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, I know you got some amazing value from this session. Thank you so much, Shefanani. Guys, put some fire emojis in the chat box for Shefanani. Let's go. Guys, that was an amazing one from Shefanani. Thank you so much, Shefanani. This was amazing. Thank you so much for doing. Thank you to all our amazing coaches. Value packed. Everything complete. Guys, you now know, honestly speaking, I've counted all your names. I've screenshotted. Fiam. If I don't see these traders in January from this training, hey. Guys, it was amazing. I want to also take the energy to the group chats. Let everybody know that you got so much value from this place. With this, trust me, with everything you've seen here, you are very, very good to go. Now, you were shown 2 methods of trading. You can scalp, and you can, also go ahead to, you can also go ahead to, utilize. In fact, every single thing you were taught today was value, right? Just make sure you're applying. Application is what will set you apart. All right. Thank you to Coach Emma for putting this together. Thank you to the entire Trailblazer leadership, to all our amazing coaches and mentors, who keep showing us what is possible, and our educators too, because we learned all these things from our educators, to be very honest with you. I did not learn anything Forex or trading from any other place aside from IMASHI Academy. All right. You made the best decision of your life. Now you need to make sure you can see what is possible. You can see everything we taught you was on your cash trap, right? Was on your cash trap, the same cash trap you're playing with, right? You can also do these things on your simple scalper if you don't have cash trap, but cash trap is $23. If you're on HFX package alone, you can actually purchase cash trap as an add-on for just $23. All right, so that's the hourglass, for just $23. All right, so guys, thank you so much. It was amazing. This was definitely great, and I wish you all the best. Please go on the group chat and make noise for your coaches, and express your gratitude for all the value and every single thing that you've gotten from this training. All right, we'll see you guys. Trading sessions will definitely be back. Definitely bigger and better. All right, but use this period, ensure you use this period to practice and sharpen this skill set that you've learned. So first thing you need to do, if you know you're not subscribed, is get back your subscription and start practicing ahead of next year. All right, thank you so much once again. I'm going to play some music in the background. There's a huge Barcelona announcement for you guys that don't know what we've been going on about. Doing has even left the call completely. It's crazy,
because
guys.
of Barcelona. We are going to first reach that Barcelona.
Yes, getting sponsored on an all-expense paid trip to Barcelona again. Another Barcelona trip. After Dubai, Barcelona. All you need to do, go P1K or sign up 10 people, 10 personal sign up. All you need to do is go P1K or sign up 10 personal sign-ups. Get 10 personal sign-ups. All expense paid. Visa, flights, and tickets to the Barcelona thingy paid for. All right, guys. Honestly, I don't know. Let me even stop this recording. I don't know, but this academy, I pin. I don't know about you, but I pin. Like, I can't even imagine the goodies that will just be dropping. They will just be dropping incentive like money is nothing. Like, what the hell? All expense paid trip to Dubai, now Barcelona. And there's going to definitely be another one, sometime in mid-year or something. Like, guys, I'm done.
Not too much.
I'm done. Literally, this is the best place ever. To be very honest, to be very, very honest with you, this is the best place ever. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening, guys. Enjoy. Good night, guys. Enjoy. See you all in Barcelona, to be honest. See you all in Barcelona. Let's go.
Bye.
Boy, I'm in I can't take back here. You give me now your cool here. Let me tell them how the thing goes. How the thing goes. Okay. Chevy make a tamuwa. Say my killer go join cause. You want to bamba? You want to G with the big boys? Now you the wrong, kitty, you the wrong. Get a chop up. Hey, check you see how the thing goes. I got to let me hook and do. And hook. All right, take it easy, and let's behind points. Okay. That's what I miss when I became use. Go school, go the time tools. And all the parameters that you want to from you. See, even your papa not to save you. For all the calamity when they pick it done do. Man, all the niggas don't find you. Because that nigga when you film why you don't move. Or why you don't move. Ha, hey, come on, let's go. Chebe meka tamuwa. Seba tukina go join God. Ha, you want to bamba. You want to cheat with the big boys. Now you the wrong, get the kitty, you the wrong. Get the top, drink with a drop cup. Ha, hey, Chebe, you see how the thing goes. I said, tell me who blamed you. And who? Okay. Because you made it to the top throne. Let me see what my Godfather can do. God is the father to the fatherless, I'm mother to the motherless, I'm not to know what I can do. But promise not to fight again, not to do anything that we want again. Because if you do, let me see you don't walk again. And another time you go on again, that's what. Chebe meka tamuwa. Seba tukina go join God. You want to bamba.